now in front of the church, which is called Chipur. Very important place because this is where the first foundation of the city of Cetinje has been made in 1482.
Deci vă aflați în fața cele mai vechi bisericuțe, practic este cel mai important loc, care practic de aici se spune că s-a fondat orașul în 1482, pardon. The name is?
Chipur.
Chipur. Și numele acestei bisericuțe este Chipur.
It comes from the Greek word Kipurie, which means garden. Okay, so here we are now in front of the monastery of Cetinje, which used to be a palace of Ivan Crnojević. But after the Crnojević family finished with Đurađ, we have 2 centuries of dark history of Montenegro, almost. We didn't have anyone who would be a good leader.
Practic n-au avut un conducător de seamă care să îi reprezinte, să-i conducă și să, practic, să discutăm după aceea
House built by Peter II.
Ne aflăm în fața unui clădiri care se numește Casa Nouă, care a aparținut lui Peter II.
Here, please take a look. This is this yellow palace. Over here is a government palace built in 1910. For the purchases of nearly the same look as it was in the time when he lived. Also, just to mention, Nikola had 12 children. 2 daughters died very early when they were babies. 2 never got married.
De la Tito, de exemplu, undeva
Chipur. Church. Crkva is the church. Chipur is the name of church and it comes from the Greek word Kipurie, which means garden.
A avut influență mare asupra lor otomanilor.
These old buildings now serve for something else. Representative museum, private house, city cafe and hotel.
Fostele sedii ale unui ambasad, da? Deci a Bulgariei pentru a alimenta cu curent Palatul Regelui Nicolae în 1910. Transformator, da, transformator. De fete, banii au obținut de la Maria Alexandra, da? Din Rusia, da, Neamț țară, da? Așa și acum este Casa Studenților. Aici este fosta ambasadă a Marii Britanii, a Angliei, și acum este școala de muzică.
Cetinje has 3 academies, music, and now it's a residence to our president of Montenegro, but he doesn't live here. He only comes for meetings to show off. Yes, we see sometimes meetings from work. Everything.
Casa Albastră. Blue House.
Slavic people came from the north. They stayed here.
La ora 5